Good morning. Thank you to Mr. Chan and Principal Ironside for having me today. It's actually pretty exciting to come back here. This was the second school I visited when I just graduated and was newly employed at the University of Waterloo as liaison officer. And here I am 14 years later, and I'm speaking to you, and I've watched the growth of this school, the diversity grow, the quality grow, along with our own institution. So it's been a great journey for me as well, so thank you for having me today. This is an important milestone. You worked hard to graduate, you took risks, you made sacrifices, and for many of you, coming to CIC was actually your first time leaving home, and you went to a new country as well. You've already taken steps that many adults never take, so you deserve kudos for that already. Some of you learned a second or a third language, fourth, fifth for some of you. Some of you had the pleasure of experiencing winter, which we now have for the first time. This tan is from Barbados, and I was explaining. You made a good choice coming to CIC. I can really say that. And I say that from an informed place. Overseeing admissions, I look at over 60,000 applications with my team from all over the world. And this school stands out, and we'll talk about that in a little bit. So you made a good choice coming to CIC. You made a good choice coming to Canada. This is one of the University of Waterloo's largest sources of students anywhere in the world. Not largest sources of international students, largest sources of students. And this is true for many of the institutions on the stage as well, and many around the world. You're well represented by those who came before you. Know that you have the building blocks to be successful at university, wherever you choose to go. University is not a hard sell. It's a very soft sell. We want you to find the right spot. And in Canada, you can't go wrong. We have great public universities and colleges. So just know that you have lots of options. You've never had more options, and explore those options. All of our universities have something to offer, and it's all about finding the right program, the right fit, and hopefully being admitted. That's where hopefully our team will come in at some point. A little bit of advice from my professional experience: apply to multiple programs. It's the time of year, right? Some of you have already applied at multiple universities. So the old saying, don't put all your eggs in one basket. Cast the net wide, take lots of chances. Keep your options open. Visit our campuses, come in person. You might have heard a lot about a program. It could be a great program at Waterloo, and if you come and it's just not feeling right being there, that's telling you something. Trust those instincts, but definitely go check out the campuses. When applying, be authentic, be yourselves. That's what we want to see. Don't try to play the system. Apply, tell us who you are. Your grades are still the driver. But at the end of the day, if you come in based on who you are and trust those instincts, you'll be successful at university, and it continues from there. So admission really is equitable competition. And you've already done a lot of the hard work. That's why you're graduating today. So congratulations on that. Those with the best overall grades and application will receive an offer. And if you don't get into your first choice program, don't get too down. I know there's a lot of pressure, especially as international students. As we said, you took risks. You've worked hard to get here. But if you don't get your first choice, your second choice is still a great option as well. When I started at Waterloo, internationalization was slowly gaining momentum. International students accounted for a small portion of our overall student body. I like to describe it as international education with sprinkles. There was one admission officer at Waterloo for each faculty. And I would say I was working representing the Faculty of Engineering. We maybe saw 6 to 10 countries in any real numbers. Now admissions officers on our team see 150 different countries in a single faculty coming across their desks. And that's just in 14 years. So again, you can see how different it is. Those students that we did have from a limited number of countries were largely enrolled into faculties. So we had math and engineering was where we saw international students historically, and a few students here and there. So we were learning how to become a global university. Today, international students represent over 20% of our student body. That's really a meaningful number. And again, that's in a relative short amount of time. And they come from over 100 different countries each year. I think one of the things that really stands out about CIC is the genuine diversity in this room. You're one of the few schools in Canada that can truly say you're a diverse international school. We see that, we value that, and really the experience that you're having here at CIC is representative of what you're going to have at many of the universities that are represented here today. So you already have a leg up. Waterloo is a global university, and your success in the classroom, in the community, and as a person drives what we do. That's the other thing. It's not just about recruiting good students and international students. It's about making sure that you have a fantastic experience and that you graduate at the end and have achieved your goals. So you may be international students based on your passport, but you are all Waterloo students once you are on campus. I think it's important for you to know that Canada's universities want you in our classrooms. We want you in our communities, and we want to help you grow and achieve your goals. And I really mean that. I think that's what empowers many of us to do what we do. I've traveled abroad, and I've watched internationalization happen on a Canadian scale as well, not just at the university, but across the country. And you are driving our economy. So that's really important. We really want you here. There's still a lot to be done, and there's definitely room for improvement, but we are moving in the right direction across our campuses. Now that said, today I know it can be disheartening seeing what's going on around the world and in the news. Your generation faces some tough issues and some tough challenges. Those challenges and perspectives may vary depending on which country you're coming from originally. I hope, though, that already through your time here at CIC, you have begun to see that for all of our difference, we really are very much alike. It really is true. My own time spent abroad helped me to truly appreciate that as well. I actually took a year off as a student after my second year of university, and I traveled in some of the poorest parts of Southeast Asia. And when I came back as a Canadian middle-class person, my grades went up 10%, and I was reinvigorated and motivated to do well because I really appreciated the opportunities I had. And I think that many of you really appreciate the opportunities you have, because you do have opportunities if you're here. So really appreciate that. So even though we see some challenging things in the news and going around the world, in fact, it's a great time to be you. The many countries represented in this room need you. Canada needs you. And we need you to be educated. We need you to make informed and intelligent decisions to support an ever-changing workforce, and is it ever changing? We need you to be curious, innovative, and ambitious. So it really is about you. You've got to make that change happen. We need your perspectives. That's one of the best things about internationalization. You bring a lot of different cultural backgrounds, norms, perspectives into the classroom, so you're educating the people around you as well as learning. We need you to be ambassadors for your generation and to hold ours accountable. There's a lot on that. We need the solutions and the breakthroughs that you will develop, and hopefully many of you will consider staying in Canada after you're done here, even if just for a short time. So you're about to start the next chapter in your education. Be excited. University really is awesome. There's no other word for it. You're going to have the time of your life. We really hope that's true. Next year, you'll finally get to choose what you want to study. The last couple of years, especially this last year, has been about getting the right subjects, right, to apply to the program of your choice. But when you get to university, you're narrowing that focus into something that hopefully genuinely excites you. And if it's not the right fit, you can change. That's okay. A lot of people change their minds once they get at university. So you don't have to know what career you're going to have. You don't have to even know what you're going to study. You just have to have your starting point. So university is your chance to find your niche, to explore what excites you, and to make lifelong friends. Some of you may find your partners for life at university. This is your chance to grow, to mature, and to learn about the world around you, not just to prepare for a career. That's really important. Embrace the experience inside and outside of the classroom. You will never have more opportunities or choices at your fingertips than you're about to have. Really think about that. When you're at university, with a little bit of help from mom and dad or a lot of help, it's all about giving you the skills and the background to set you up for success in your future. You don't have to worry about the bills. You don't have to worry about a job unless you're just trying to build some good work experience. It's all about you, and it's supposed to be. So really have fun with that. So that being said, let me end with a little promise. If you work hard, if you study something that excites you, that you're passionate about, if you make good choices, and if you're a good person, that really, really does matter, and that's true in the workforce as well. I promise you will find yourself on the path to a rewarding career and a chance to make a difference. You may not change the world in a dramatic way, but you really can make a difference. So don't spend your time worrying about the future. You're well on your way. Just enjoy the journey. Thanks.